let's get into that. Are you surprised by this decision? I wasn't, just because anytime post race these meets when someone says I'm not sure, that usually just turns into a no at a certain point. So I think that was a bit of a giveaway. I'm certainly disappointed because you want to see the best people in the world compete. But were you surprised that he decided to not run either event?
Well, you thought the tea leaves were his post race interview. For me, the tea leaves were in his Instagram photo for Cole Hocker. He posted, that's Sam Prakel, who got in, but the Instagram photo of Cole Hocker, he said, time to get back to work. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, you don't need to get back to work yet because the season's not over. But uh, he wrote, got the opportunity to add 2 more U.S. titles to my resume this weekend. Happy with the wins, but ready to get back to work. So I was like, oh, that's a sign of he's going back into
Mhm.
hibernation and not racing anymore for a few more months. So that's why I thought that, and it turned out to be true.
Disappointed? How do you feel? Like,
I
what's
mean,
your reaction to it?
it's like expected. This is our sport. This is what's going to happen. I don't blame him for what he's doing because he's not the only one. So you can't be like, hey, Cole Hawker, it's your responsibility to save the sanctity of indoor track and field. No, it's not his responsibility at all. It's a responsibility of sponsorship contracts to
Mhm.
explicitly say, care about these events. And until sponsorship contracts care about more than just a global outdoor championship, this will continue to happen. We could talk about how to get these athletes to not scratch this, that, and the other thing. At the end of the day, it's all about the money, and there's no money in doing well at World Indoors. There might be a little bit of
Yeah.
money, but compared to the outdoor money, if you got as much uh, bonuses and ranking and all this stuff from a world indoor performance as you do for a global outdoor performance, as you do for an Olympic performance, people would do
Yeah.
it. But you don't. We
The
purposely say Olympics is more important. We purposely say global outdoors is more important. And that's what happens. So we
I
even
think it also
say,
has to do
like,
with the
yeah,
stage of the career you're at, because Thompson's running, and the knock on Bowerman is they don't run enough, but Josh Thompson's gonna run at Worlds, but he's at a different stage of his career than Cole Hocker is. So
yeah. Well, he's
you
running because he's
can
never done it.
yeah, sure. But I mean, I guess Hocker made an Olympic team, so that trumps everything, but he hasn't
Exactly.
made a world indoor team yet, though, Gordon. So Thompson's going to go and Prakel's going to go. And you got to be happy for Sam Prakel. This is Prakel's USA finish throughout the year. So 2018, that's when he's still at Oregon. He runs USA's that year. He gets 7th in the 1500. Then you go to 2019. 2019, he finishes 6th in the 1500. And then during the indoor season, he got 4th in the mile. Then you go to 2020, um, pandemic year, but he got 7th in the 1500 that year. And then the outdoor season was canceled. 2021, Olympic trials, makes the final, gets 9th in that race. And then in this event, finished 4th, but he had the standard, so he moved up and got. So he like always makes finals. He's always there, and he's got that fast mile time, but has never had the opportunity. Has never gotten into that top three. It always feels like he's in that 5 to 9 range in the mile, and now he has the opportunity to do it. So perseverance paying off for Prakel. Gets a couple breaks to go his way, and he's on the team.
Yeah, and people like Josh Thompson and Prakel, like we're never going to have them in the top three the way we would put a Hawker or a Nagoose or Centro or an Angles. And the fact that they're gonna have this experience, it's hard to make world teams, man. It is not normal. Like you are
Yeah.
more likely to win uh an NBA title than you are to win to make a world team more than once because they just don't grow in trees and it's so hard. It's It is so hard to make a final, but to be top 2 or
Yeah,
top 3 in a final that everyone is trying in, it is extremely difficult. So
yeah.
for Thompson and Prakel, 10 years from now, when their career is over and they're looking back on it, they're going to be like, hey, I achieved one of the ultimate goals, which is to represent Team USA, and I got to do it, in 2022. You can't take that away from them. So, and then 1500 is a weird race, 200
Yeah.
meter track, pushing, shoving, DQs. Obviously, Jakob Ingebrigtsen is going to run away with it. But maybe Thompson or
But if it didn't
Prako
run,
find a way to get a silver or bronze out of nowhere. It could happen.
yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, and we
It
don't
could happen.
know what Jakob's gonna do. We don't know if he's gonna double or if he's just gonna run one or the other. They haven't put out the entries. Maybe he didn't even run it. Maybe he pulls the Hawker. We got a question in the chat about Henry Wynn because he finished third. He didn't have the standard, per my understanding.
Yeah.
So I think he would have gone if he had the standard, but he didn't. So again, these are the breaks that have to happen for Brakel. It's Tier not running, although maybe if Tier ran, he would have scratched as well too. It's Hawker passing up the spot and Win not having the standard. But I just read through his history of USA's. He deserves that break because he's put himself in the mix time and time again. So this is what happened. You show up to US championships, you should be rewarded. And he certainly took advantage of this opportunity. And I think you're right. It's not the craziest idea that he could get into the medal picture because we just don't know who's running and we don't know what type of race it's going to end up being in Serbia. And giving yourself a chance. So
Both of them, Thompson and Prakel.
yeah,
Thompson looked
yeah.
pretty good there. He almost won the race. So
I mean, Prekel's run what 350? He was in that Kajelka race,
yeah. Oh, they're both
correct?
talented. They both
Okay.
can run quick. They're not
Yeah.
weaklings. So
They're not weaklings. Other indoor stuff that we're trying to sort out. I mean, I saw this tweet